Hey everybody, and welcome back to South Island Farm. It is our third day of early spring, and as we should do pretty much every day or every other day, we're going to focus on doing a little bit of animal care. For the first part of the video, we did finish up plowing earlier this morning. We're plowing into the night. Last night took about 2.5 hours of real time to plow in all of these fields. I guess about 12 hours of game time. If you factor in the fact that we were running at 5 times speed. I just took care of the water, the pigs, sheep, and cows. The pigs are they're pretty fine on food. Chickens are good on food. We don't have to worry about them. We want to top off the sheep and the cows with the hay before we get started with the day on what we're going to do. We've got some wool already. That should have topped the Jeep off. Yep. This will take care of back it out and stab it. A little bit of that bale away. That'll be good for a little while. And what we're going to do today is we're going to put some lime down on the fields. Pretty much don't know how long these fields have basically just been left to nature. I'll put some lime down, and we're going to put some fertilizer down before we even start with our seeding. I'm just going to leave this tractor here for now. We're going to use the old Fiat. To help with our lime application. So the other Fiat, I need to get in and change the engine. It is just way too loud. I knew that tractor was loud, but I didn't realize how loud it was until I was doing the editing of the first video. So I need to go into the files and adjust the volume of the engine down quite a bit. Went ahead and bought a lime spreader. That will see what we're going to use to put the lime down. And the port over here has a bulk lime tower we can pull lime out of. So that's what we're going to be doing. I believe it's this one. Oh, it was the first one. Well, thank goodness we have no collision on the lid. That would cause an issue. Now, the map does not have a bulk seed or fertilizer fill point. Those other towers, well, it might be convenient if one was seed and one was fertilizer. They didn't function. The only one that has a purpose. $1,800 for 14,000 liters of lime. What a bad little price. We'll take a look at our map here. If we go here to this, you can see all three of these fields have been carved in. They all say they need lime, and they all have first stage fertilization, and you can see where the road used to be. Plowed under. So that's where the grass wasn't, and as a result, that didn't get any fertilizer applied to it, or fertilizer, didn't get any fertilizer applied to it as a result of plowing the grass in. We don't have too terrible far to drive, so I really wasn't that concerned about using this Fiat for the lime. This Fiat is slow compared to the other Fiat, but man, is it that other tractor loud. I just haven't had a chance to lower the volume on it yet. I don't think this process is going to take too terribly long. And of course, you probably wouldn't be applying lime in the rain for various reasons, but well, I think spring is pretty wet here in South Island Farm. There's not much we can do about it other than trudge on. If we waited until it wasn't raining, we would really be pressed for time, I think, to get stuff in the ground. What I have to say with this tractor's top speed of 15 miles an hour. Pretty much just set it to top speed cruise control. Then when you do turn off the implement, you don't take off super fast. So that's pretty cool. So what do you guys think so far of the series? Of course, this is only video 3. Just getting started. So what do y'all think of the premise? What do y'all think of the map? At this point, the map should be released, and there will be a link in the description to download the map. What I like to do is I like to kind of lime the outside of the field, then we'll fill it in. So in cab driving, where we just pick one of the plow troughs and just keep it kind of in the middle of the tractor. So then hopefully we're not overlapping too much. So it could be moved over a little bit more. I don't think I thought to activate the guidance steering on this save. That would help out a ton, shouldn't it? Wouldn't it? Didn't have to worry about overlap and missing any gaps. Overall, this is field's taken to the line pretty good. We're not going to be able to finish the whole field on one load, but a single load will definitely do it up. I've thought a little bit about which fields we're going to put what in. I said initially this is going to be the cornfield, but now I'm not sure. Not sure if we're going to make this the wheat field and the big field cornfield. Of course, with the pigs, corn is their primary food source. I don't know. I mean, pigs we have so far haven't been eating that much compared to the cows. At some point we move over to mixed rations for the cows. We'll need straw. Yeah, overall I'm not sure. Yeah, it looks like we've got 2 more passes on this field before we're done. Head on back and get ourselves another load. That's pretty much what we're going to be doing today. So I'll get back with you once we're done liming the fields and be shooting a load of fertilizer on them. Alright, so it's 3 in the afternoon. And we've got all the fields limed. Got rid of the Brudal spreader. Really, I didn't need that much. That big a piece of equipment to continue on with the farming. And instead, well, we've got ourselves a 3-point hitch fertilizer spreader. One from the Klein DLC, and this one is variable width. So that is pretty cool. So here we can change it from 24 meter working width all the way up to, I think, what is it, 48 meters, 24, 28, 32, 36, 45. So we can go all the way up to 45 if we want. I don't know, I think 24 is going to do us. I mean, it's pretty good to work with. The larger working with is going to cover more ground, but it's going to go through product quicker. It's not like you're going to go through the same amount of product and just spread wider width. This is going to set us up for the first day of mid-spring. We'll be ready to start putting seed in the ground. Seeder, and of course we'll need to get a planter. Talking about corn. Kind of interesting. We've got cooler air temps today. And as a result, our ground temps have fallen a bit. Still way over what they need to be in order for germination to happen. But it's just interesting how much the ground temp has changed. Pretty sure yesterday it was around 70-degree ground temp. Today we've got 64-degree ground temp. It's been raining constantly. I don't know if Don't know if a cool air temp with rain has more of a effect on changing the ground temps. Be interesting if it did. Some mechanic in there that if raining and the weather is cool, if it has a greater effect on the ground temp because of the cool water seeping into the ground, it can obviously adjust the ground temperature more than just having cool air on the ground. This is putting a second stage of fertilization in, and we've got our first stage by plowing the grass in. For whatever reason, that area is showing up already being fertilized. Not sure why. Now we'll only put fertilizer down one more time after seeding. This stuff's find it kind of comical. This tractor is running almost full bore in work mode on the field. It only has a top speed of 15. Turn it off. Takes a little bit of speed up, but it doesn't take off like many of those other tractors do that go 30 miles an hour or so. See the counter ticking down there? See the rate at which it's ticking? Okay, we're gonna switch it to 40 maximum working width. And what you're gonna see is it's gonna tick down a lot faster. That number is going down a whole lot quicker now. Here we're covering a lot more ground, but really got to think that the applicator rate is about even with the width. This mod is cool, or not the mod, this DLC is cool because of the sprayers and the spreader, the variable width aspect. You work in the main field, main section of the field. You could have it set to the widest width. Then when you get to the edge, where we are here, you don't need to be flinging a whole lot of fertilizer to finish the field out. Then we can change it to narrower width to just cover the section that we need to hit. As if we had it left at 45, we'd be burning through fertilizer, over applying it basically. Kind of like in 17, there was a mod where you could, where it would auto turn off sprayer sections based on if you were off the field or if you were overlapping. That mod was really cool, and really wish it would come forward to 19. Basically, you had to modify the sprayer, work with it, but you could turn off, let's say, the left boom, turn off the right boom, or if you were just running along the edge, it would disable section of the spray bar that was off the field, and as a result you would be using just the fertilizer that you needed to use and no more. Take a look at this. Huge swath behind us. Opening up. Looks like all these hoses are connected. Looks like there's a couple of hoses that are hanging still. I guess for whatever reason the Fiat didn't have all of the hose connections. See, that section there is already 3 stages. I was just kind of guessing. Locked in on 90 degrees, so we're going due east at this point. And that's about it. I mean, that's what we're going to be doing here for this evening. And get this done. I'm going to park the spreader. We're going to keep the fertilizer spreader as part of our equipment at this point forward. And when we come back next week, we'll be putting our first seed in the ground. Planting sunflowers, corn, and wheat. Wheat's going to be for our pigs and chickens. Sunflowers are going to be for our pigs. Corn is going to be for our pigs, obviously. Got a big hunk of grass up there for hay for our cows and sheep. Probably also be able to get a second cut off that for silage. Then we'll have straw. At that point we'll have hay, silage, straw. Need to get a TMR mixer. Mix up TMR for the cattle. And at that point, then maybe, just maybe, I'm flinging fertilizer in there. Maybe, just maybe, we'll have some calves, start getting some milk from those cows. What I've been thinking about doing with respect to the eggs and calves and the piglets and possibly even a couple offspring of the lambs is to basically take some of the eggs and just absorb them, not sell them, but basically say for every 2 box of eggs I get, I only sell one box, and the other box is basically, I basically make it vanish at no money to me because the family ate them. Same with the pigs. Once we have piglets and raise them up to be at a weight where we would typically send them off to become pig products, we're going to basically take 1 or 2 of those pigs and just make them vanish. And the storyline will be that we butchered the pigs for the family meat, to eat off of. And then whatever other piglets we've raised, we'll sell down here at the animal dealer. Stock. Barge comes in with an animal trailer on it to transport those pigs to the mainland. Same with the calves. And when we have a calf and we raise them up, get them to a good weight where we would be typically normal farm mainland, sending those calves off for auction at the meat market, if you will. We're going to basically make a couple of those calves just vanish, and they will be butchered and used by the family. That's how we're going to kind of role play this. We're not going to make huge profits by selling all of our offspring. We're going to use some of our offspring. We're going to absorb them. So I think what I'm going to do is I can basically load them into an animal trailer, and then if I reset the animal trailer, and gone, right? The animal's gone. I should be able to also possibly use easy dev controls. Go in here and hit empty, and that might make the animal vanish. In essence, been butchered. So that's what we're going to try here to do. Excess milk. We're going to draw some milk out and empty the trailer. And that's going to be us pretending that we're drinking some of the milk. And the rest of the milk we're going to send over to the evaporated milk plant after we buy diesel fuel for it. And use that to then sell down at the dock. So that's how we're going to kind of role play the living off the land concept. It'd be cool if we had other crops, like vegetables, have a garden, in essence, for things, but you do what you can do, right? Until next time, happy farming. Be sure to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell.